Being an amazing product marketing leader doesn't happen by chance. It happens by habit. Product marketing certified leadership has been built on the back of decades worth of experience from some of the world's best known brands with one goal in mind: helping you be the best leader you can be. Crammed with real life case studies, over 12 hours worth of content, templates, exams, and more, this course is everything you need to lead with authority, confidence, influence, and innovation. Every piece of material within the 7 modules and 29 chapters has been vetted, tested, and approved by senior level product marketers from companies like Amazon, Uber, and HubSpot, serving up game-changing insights throughout. By the time you've wrapped up the final module, you'll be able to define what it takes to be a great product marketing leader, build and scale your team, understand how to successfully manage your existing team, use methods for leveraging data, know how to become the voice of the customer, understand how teams work cross-functionally, and improve your strategic thinking. The beauty of the course is you'll have the freedom to work your way through the modules at a pace to suit you. It's 100% self-paced. You'll even get lifetime access to the curriculum, paving the way for refresher sessions forevermore. Visit productmarketingalliance.com to get leadership certified and spearhead your journey to the top.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amit Joshipura. I'm so thrilled to be part of this conference. I will be speaking on pivoting businesses, what I call a product marketing's dream come true. This idea of taking an existing business, your organization, and discovering a new industry, a new stakeholder group, a new opportunity for the business to grow. So in my specific example, I will reference an employer that I was at previous to the one I'm with today. So I do currently work for Dexcom, which is a diabetes technology company, both in part and go-to-market strategy. But I will be speaking more to my experience at my company before, which was Fitbit, which I think many of you probably know. So just what's going to be this presentation, and actually let me go into presentation mode. So just a bit about who I am, a bit about Fitbit's business evolution. So how it came about that we went from a B2C to a B2B company. Who are the new stakeholders when you navigate to a different type of business opportunity? So, Fitbit became and still is one of the world's most prominent and well-known wearable companies. They were focused on health, fitness, holistic well-being through their trackers and smartwatches. And it was the brilliant idea of our general manager, Amy, to pivot into group wellness and into a B2B offering. And so we'll speak a bit about what my role was in terms of helping to grow that B2B opportunity. Where can there be overlap when you're looking at going from a B2B to, or rather B2C to B2B, or really in any case? I mean, I look at your organization and think about what are the opportunities to go maybe after a different patient group or a different user base or a user group, what have you, to decide how to grow the business. And so what was exciting for me was just to kind of usher in Fitbit through a new health opportunity that really wasn't kind of at the inception of the company. It was a whole new opportunity. And I'll go through an example of what we did to kind of map what we had created for Fitbit Health Solutions. And then, of course, provide my contact information for those that would like to reach out or connect on LinkedIn. So just really quickly about me. I do have a bachelor's in biomedical and electrical engineering from Duke, and then an MBA from University of Michigan. My work career has kind of traversed several different industries. My pre-MBA career was primarily in IT and consulting. So I did both IT consulting and general strategy consulting for 2 companies, Cisco and LAK Consulting. Post business school has been all in health tech, been really focused on product management and product marketing opportunities within health tech, so Medtronic, and I've spanned the cardiology, neurology, and diabetes organization, and then of course my time at Fitbit, which is now Google, as the head of product marketing, and then I'm currently sitting at a company called Dexcom, like I said, which is where I'm leading product and commercial efforts for new patient groups for the organization as it grows and tries to address more of the diabetes population. So a bit of the evolution. So, obviously Fitbit was born and bred with the 2 founders, Eric Friedman and James Park, both engineers who wanted to think about how to take the Nintendo Wii technology. Crazy enough, the Nintendo Wii was kind of the inspiration for Fitbit and how to make the organization something relevant for more consumers. That was back in 2017, so like almost 14 years ago. And since then has obviously traversed quite a lot to become the company it is today. So, grew over years to become one of the top trackers and wearables, to the point where they became, a IPO potential, which it hit in 2015. We had about 100 million active users, 100 million plus active users that leveraged the wearables. 2016 was when they want to become a digital healthcare company. That's where they really decided that they wanted to go from just purely a wearable tech or a fitness company or a consumer tech company to a digital healthcare company. And that was a important point because it was really the beginning of this B2B business, which is what I'll speak to, Fitbit Health Solutions. 2018, we actually launched one of our biggest B2B client partnerships with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and really entrenched ourselves into into the space of digital health therapeutics. So we went from kind of a pure holistic wellness, well-being company to actually being a meaningful health services company. So partnering with organizations, payers, to become a valued health partner to those that are part of these organizations. And that was kind of a critical turning point for Fitbit because it was no longer just a pure direct-to-consumer business. And then, of course, the most recent news of the acquisition by Google is really going to further the goals of wellness and digital health and continue building on this B2B business. So when you think about B2B businesses, you have to realize that sometimes these are totally different customers. And that's really where I think we begin to realize that you can't just stick to one single customer or one point of view or one point of contact. So Fitbit's new stakeholders that they never had before, which could be daunting for companies, but if you have the right marketing organization, the right PM groups, product marketing groups that are ready and able and willing to pivot towards a different type of industry, then you're ready. So I've listed some customer types that Fitbit had never talked to and needed to as we grow our B2B business. So, going to hospitals, health plans, partners, and brokers are 4 kind of archetypical customers that a B2B wellness company is going to go to. Stakeholders in those different channels could include program directors, plan directors, innovation managers, head of partnerships, executive administrators, chief human resource officers. These are people that Fitbit had never talked to. There was no alignment with the existing customer base. But you should never be afraid to talk to customers you've never talked to before, because you'll learn things about how you can apply your business in ways that you never thought you could before. What's also great about thinking through how to pivot from a B2C or to B2B or any kind of new pivot for your company is where can you leverage existing tools and materials and content that you have today, and what might need to be created newly. So when you're building these organizations and these new product marketing functions that are going to go after new businesses, you want to think about what can we leverage today? Well, we leveraged all of the customer journeys and mapping that Fitbit had done for the consumer basis because we're still going to be B2B to C. The plan was not to be just B2B because we make our business customers look good if we're able to show strong enrollment numbers. So, what can be leveraged? Customer journeys and mapping, sales effectiveness tools and templates. So remember that most of our B2C customer base, we still talk to retailers like Target, Best Buy, Walgreens, Walmart. Those also had sales reps. Those still had enterprise reps that were very effective at launching big consumer deals. And so that was what we leveraged for our B2B business, because we had hired a whole new enterprise rep base for calling into B2B customers. FAQs, all the support content, because again, you're using the same technology. We still use the Fitbit devices. The core technology was the same. We weren't building new dedicated products for B2B. What we're building was dedicated population dashboards. But at the minimum, you could still leverage what FAQs, and then social media activity. Again, any consumer who learns about your product or your technology, very relevant to send it to your business clients as well. They can see the groundswell, the interest that people have in terms of leveraging your product. Things will have to change though, of course, right? If you're going into a new B2B instance or any kind of new business that your business, your organization or company is pivoting to, you have to think about, are there new value proposition decks? Because we're speaking into a new customer. So our B2B customers were much more cared about long-term health costs, preventative care, talking chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, COPD, lipidemia. Our B2C customers don't think about that. So how do you obviously speak to those customers, show the value, show the value add? Virtual demos, obviously customers need to see, business customers need to see the products that you're offering, the B2B offering. So virtual demos are critical. And then of course, outcome studies that you have to show why your solution, why your instance of the product is going to work for that organization. So it's critical to have those case studies. And then event strategy, of course, right? So what it took for Fitbit to start to become a name in the corporate wellness space or the well-being space was obviously going to the critical human resource conventions, going to speak to the customers who are going to learn about HR technologies and other types of products or offerings that you would normally go to if you were just a Fitbit customer. So, that's where some of the divergence happened. The last slide I'll show is kind of how we think through, a behavior-based approach. So you want to create personalized and optimized ongoing experiences for B2B end users. So this was the journey map that we had started to think about for our end customers, right? So you think about just end users like myself, who went on Amazon or the Fitbit website to purchase the product, okay? Well, you still leverage the same kind of hierarchical theme. So activate, support, and change. Those are all pillars that we wanted to use and pull during the B2C instance. You do the same thing for B2B. So don't think that you have to essentially reinvent the wheel or create from the ground up all these new things that wouldn't be relevant in this new instance. That is not true. There is definitely opportunity to apply customer maps, customer journey touch points that would still be relevant for a B2B customer. So thank you so much for your time. I really hope that this was knowledgeable in terms of how do you not only pivot to a new business where you've never talked to those customers, but what can be leveraged, what can be repeated, and what might have to be created newly, and what it takes to be able to be a meaningful instance in a different channel, geo market, wherever that your company hasn't been before. It was a thrill of a lifetime, honestly, to be able to take Fitbit, which is a well-known loved device that people would think every fitness enthusiast would have, and how do you pivot that into more of a B2B instance. So I provided my personal email and my LinkedIn for those that would like to connect. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.